divas. So in this video I will be sharing with you guys a video on my favorite eyeshadows. I decided to go ahead and go with eyeshadow palettes. I was requested by one of my lovely subscribers to do a video on my favorite eyeshadows, but mostly I use eyeshadow palettes, so I just decided to go ahead and share with you guys my favorite eyeshadow palettes. But if you're interested in this video, then go ahead and stay tuned. And before I get started, I just wanted to say, if you guys see the same makeup, I know I did this look in my last tutorial. I just wanted to go ahead and get as many videos filmed as I can, because I did promise you guys, well, I didn't promise, but I said I would do 4 videos, so I'm just trying to go ahead and get the 4 videos up. And if you're interested in this look, then I will leave the link to this tutorial in the description box below. But anyways, I don't want this tutorial, I don't want this intro to be too long, so I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start off with my obvious favorite eyeshadow palette, and this is this one, and it doesn't have a name brand. I did get this from tmart.com, and it's just a warm neutral palette. Let me show it to you guys, which if you're subscribed to my channel, I know you're like, girl, I've seen this palette like 1,000 times already. But this is the palette. It's just like a range of warm and very neutral tone colors, and I just absolutely love this palette. Like, this palette is just like, this will be all that I need. Like, if I had to just pick one palette, I would definitely choose this one. This palette just ranges from neutral to more dramatic colors, which I know you're like, where's the dramatic colors? I feel like if you place this on your outer V or smoke this out with anything, or just use this on the lid, I just feel like you can create daytime and nighttime looks with this palette, and I just absolutely love it, especially this shade. This shade is my favorite. As you can see, I've already put a dent in it. It's already going to the pan, but this is my favorite for transition. I feel like it really complements my skin tone, and it also always complements my eye look. So yeah, this is palette number 1 for my favorite eyeshadows. Okay, so this next palette is a newfound favorite, which is the the Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and it's this one right here. And yes, this one is a neutral palette as well. Let me take this off and this brush out. But I really love this palette. Like, this palette is just amazing. Like, even though it has mostly neutral colors, I just really like it. I think that I'm more of a neutral type of person on the everyday basis. However, I do like color, but neutral is just like my favorite go-to type of look. But yeah, this palette is gorgeous. I love the pigmentation on these colors, even though some of them are a bit chalky. I won't lie about that. Some of them are a bit chalky, but for the most part they work. Most of the colors that I reach for. So yeah, this is palette number 2. Okay, so the next palette that I really like is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I absolutely love this palette. This palette is so gorgeous. It has a lot of colors on here that I can use in my everyday makeup routine, or it also has colors that I can use for going out. It doesn't want to stay up. For going out and things like that as well, which I really like. So yeah, and then it also has that purple color, which is gorgeous. So yeah, I really love this palette. Like, if you were thinking about getting this palette, or you don't have this palette, like, you really need this palette in your life. I freaking love it. Like, you can wear this in the spring, you can wear this all seasons, and it's just perfect for day or night, special occasion, casual occasion. It's just perfect to me. Okay, so my next favorite palette is a oldie but goodie, and that is the Victoria's Secret's Nakeds palette. I absolutely love this palette. This palette is just perfect to me. I had it so long I broke the mirror, and I was able to put like the card with all the names on there on the mirror. But anyways, this is the palette. I feel like it has like a lot of cool tones and also a lot of neutral type of eyeshadows in it. I just absolutely love this palette. So yeah, this is palette number 3. This is palette number 3. Palette number 4. So the next palette is also a oldie but goodie, and it is the Urban Decay Nakeds palette. And it's like, it's busted on the inside, and I dropped it the other day, so it's kind of busted and it's old. You guys know how old it is, but yeah, it's a hotmess.com. But this is my favorite palette. That's the only reason why I'm not going to show it to you guys, but this is one of my favorite palettes. It's perfect for neutral tones. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably already have this palette, but I love this palette. This palette is perfection. The next palette is by Lorac, and it's the Lorac Pro palette. And this is what it looks like, which I'm sure you guys probably already know what it looks like, but I absolutely love this one. It is so nice. I love the color range, and I love, one thing I love about this palette, like, is that you can use this palette for your entire look. Sometimes I have palettes where they are my favorite, but I do have to go and grab like a MAC eyeshadow for my transition, or go to another eyeshadow palette for a transition. But this palette, I can just do an entire look with it, and I absolutely love that. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. Okay, so my next favorite palette is also by Lorac, and it is the Lorac Unzip palette. I absolutely love this palette. This palette has like all the gorgeous shades in it. Most of them are metallic, but I just really love them. And another thing I love about this palette, it seems like with the two, because I only own two Lorac, no, I own like about, I own about 2 or 3 Lorac palettes. And all of them, I feel like you can just use the palette. Like I can use, well, what I use Unconditional or Unbrittled for a transition color. And I just absolutely love that about a palette. Like when I can just go off of this one palette, that is amazing to me. But yeah, it has like a whole bunch of great shades in this palette, and my favorite is this one here, and this is Unreal. I just love this color. Like I feel like it's perfect for any occasion, especially special occasions. It's just so pretty. So my next 2 favorite palettes are by Maybelline, and the first one is this Nudes palette, and this is the Nudes palette. I absolutely love this palette. This palette is just like, oh my gosh, I just love it. I feel like it's perfect for every day. You can go to it for every night if you wanted to. It's just amazing. You could create like so many different looks. Like I've used this palette before, like for like 2 months straight, and you could just create so many different looks with it. It's amazing. And then I also love their Blush Nudes palette, and this palette is perfect. This palette is perfect as well for every day, or I really think it's perfect for like date night, to be completely honest with you, or if you have like a lunch date in the daytime. Like I feel like this is like the ultimate romantic palette. And I also love this palette because I did a comparison video. A lot of these shades compared to the shades in the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. Is it the Naked 3? Yeah, in the Naked 3 palette. I did a comparison video. I will leave it in the description box below in case you are interested in which dupes are in this palette. But yes, this palette is amazing, especially if you were thinking about getting the Urban Decay 3 palette, even though it's old. Like this one, I feel like it has most of the shades, so you could save a few bucks if you didn't want to get it. But yeah, this palette is thebomb.com. Okay, so this last palette that I'm going to share with you guys is one of my newer palettes, and it is the MAC Burgundy x9 palette. I really love this palette. It is just amazing. It has so many different colors in here that I wanted to try. And I felt like I got a deal because this was only about 40 bucks, and I've got to try all the palettes versus paying about 20 or 21 bucks for each individual eyeshadow. I just got you know, a whole bunch of them, and I love every single color in this eyeshadow palette. Like, and I feel like it's just perfect. Like this is one of those eyeshadow palettes that you can take in case you have to go and travel or something and you don't know which eyeshadow palette to grab. This is definitely what I would recommend. Like I would definitely grab this palette if I was just going in a hurry. I would just grab this palette and I would be good to go, because I can create night looks, day looks, just all that good stuff. But yeah, this is the last palette. Okay divas, so those are my favorite eyeshadows, well, eyeshadow palettes. I hope that this video was very helpful to you guys. I hope that you guys found it interesting and helpful, and thank you divas so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you divas in my next video. Bye.